Now at 5, we are live at Art Fest in Joplin. We'll speak to local artists and show you all the action going on here at the Cornell Complex. Plus, students at Columbia Elementary get the chance to interact with international students from MSSU. And
early in-person voting kicks off today in Virginia. I'm Natalie Brandt with a reminder from elections officials, plus the latest headlines from the campaign trail in the race for president.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Tanya Bach. On the road at the Cornell Center in downtown Joplin for the Fine Arts Fest. The evening is warm, yes it is, but there's a lot of cool art to see as the 2-day festival gets underway. Now the Downtown Joplin Alliance plays host in collaboration with Connect to Culture, the Post Art Library, the Spiva Center for the Arts, and the Joplin Regional Arts Coalition. And while it is the festival's 10th year, it's only the second at the Cornell Complex. The event has something for everyone.
Community together and to bring people in to support local and regional arts. We have people from farther away than Joplin and the immediate surrounding area, and so it's just a great way to support them while having a good time.
Tonight, it continues tomorrow from 10 until 5. One thing to keep in mind if you're headed down here tonight is, or to high school football, the weather. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joining us.
Yeah, the sun's kind of like bearing right down on us to the right side. After some showers and thunderstorms earlier, we are starting to heat back up and the humidity is a little bit high. Temperatures are mainly sitting into the upper 80s outside for us right now, but some areas are into the 90s. Look at Fort Scott, 97, 95, Independence. Grove sitting at 91 degrees, and it was nice to get a little bit of rain in here earlier. If you are heading out to high school football this evening, weather looks pretty good. 87 at kickoff, 79 by the fourth quarter, but we are going to be tracking some scattered showers and thunderstorms rolling in later on tonight. I think the next few hours look pretty good, but we have additional chances for rain moving in. You can see Kansas and Oklahoma has picked up quite a bit of rain over the last 12 to 24 hours. So we're going to break down the weekend all coming up here in just a bit.
And you know, I said it's warm out here, but it could be much worse.
Could be worse. Could be better. So
it's only going to get cooler as the night goes on.
That's true.
All right. Well, taking a look at what's happening around the 4 states. Over 200 people can now call themselves United States citizens. Fort Scott hosted a naturalization ceremony for 202 new citizens from 57 different countries. And those who were naturalized were also given the chance to register to vote.
That's really excited, you know. I mean, I know that I'm going to get a better benefits and stuff like that, and, you know, just be able to vote and be able to do, you know, some stuff for this country, you know. I mean, I love this country. I mean, they give me a lot of good stuff, you know. I mean, my life has been like, most of the time here, I've been like, it's more than half of my life here, you know, so I really love here, you know.
The oath of allegiance that these new citizens took today has been in place for more than 220 years. Well, students at Columbian Elementary School in Carthage had the opportunity to take part in a culture fair today. International students from MSSU taught the elementary school students about their customs. The Missouri Southern students taught the kids things about their home country, like foods, clothing, and their language.
So we have several families who provided dishes representative of their culture at school today. After our event, we are going to taste test all of the different dishes of food, and they are individual to each classroom depending on what families decided to bring. So in my classroom, we will have pupusas today, as well as some tamales, hot dogs, chips.
The elementary school students got to learn about customs from Saudi Arabia, Nepal, Ukraine, and Korea. The Missouri Department of Conservation is hosting a native plant sale in Joplin this weekend. The event's at Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center, and people can buy native plants for their landscaping needs during this time. And vendors will also have advice about the plants you buy.
Planting native plants in your own yard is beneficial for a couple different reasons. Like I said, it's really good for our pollinators and our local wildlife. It's a great source of habitat and food for them. And also they're a lot easier to take care of than a lot of non-native plants that you might buy at a big box store or something like that aren't quite adapted to our environment that we have here in Missouri.
The native plant sale at Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center runs from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. tomorrow. Early in-person voting is now underway in Virginia, Minnesota, and South Dakota. Natalie Brand is in Arlington, Virginia, with more on that, plus what the Democratic and Republican presidential candidates are up to with just about 6 weeks to go to Election Day.
Vice President Kamala Harris heads to the battleground states of Georgia and Wisconsin today after getting a boost last night from Oprah Winfrey.
Please welcome Kamala Harris!
The media icon was joined by thousands of virtual guests, including a number of celebrities, as she interviewed Harris on topics including gun safety.
When you said you have guns, no, at the debate.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
Michigan voters made up the in-person audience. Polls in the battleground state show Harris and former President Donald Trump virtually tied. Last night in Washington, Trump courted Jewish voters at 2 events to combat anti-Semitism.
Anybody who's Jewish and loves being Jewish and loves Israel is a fool if they vote for a Democrat.
Early voting kicked off here in Virginia today at polling sites, while in South Dakota and Minnesota you can vote early in person with absentee ballots.
It's time to get registered to vote. It's time to get your registration updated at your current address. And then it's time to make a plan to vote, to figure out if you're going to vote by mail, early in person, or on Election Day.
Benjamin Hovland chairs the nonpartisan U.S. Election Assistance Commission.
The best place to go for trusted source information is your state and local election official.
He added there is always a need for poll workers, especially ones who can provide language assistance. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Arlington, Virginia.
Still ahead, we're talking to local artists about the festival and their creations. You're watching KOAM News at 5, live from downtown Joplin. Welcome back. We're live out here from Joplin Art Fest, and there are so many vendors set up. It's a beautiful evening, a little bit warm, but as I said earlier, there's a lot of cool art out here. And one of those places that you can check out art is from K-Ray Accessories, and I'm here with Karen Ames right now. Thank you for joining me, Karen.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about, I know you work with leather work, but you have a unique something unique about your product that you're offering now that's interchangeable.
Yes. So I recently retired and came up with a design. I call it Design a Purse. You pick a base of a purse, you pick a flap, and you also pick a strap. And they're all interchangeable, so you're not stuck with just the same flap or strap. And then you don't have to change your insides.
So where did you come up with the idea to do that?
A girlfriend bought a purse for me, and she said, "This is my fall purse." And I'm like, wow, do people really do that still? And then I just got my brain rolling, and it's kind of like, then I just boomeranged into this.
Okay, well, that's a really awesome design on there. So I think you told me earlier you've been doing leatherworking for about 8 years now?
Yes, 8 years.
What got you started into working with leather?
I was making leaf necklaces and dyeing them. In fact, I have some over there. And it just was intriguing, all the dyes you could do and how you could form the leather, and it just fascinated me. I really couldn't afford it when I was younger, and now that I'm a little bit older, I can. And Springfield Leather is an awesome place to go buy leather, too.
So will you be set up here tomorrow as well?
Yes, most definitely. 10 to 5.
10 to 5. And as we said earlier, there's about 35 vendors set up here. There's lots of artwork, different types. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to be looking at some robotic, spacey-looking work.
Ooh.
Looking forward to that, too.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Oh, thank you for having me. You have a great night.
And we'll be right back.
Ashley, this is home.
Well, of course, we're out here live at the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Center, downtown Joplin. It is a warm/hot night, but it's a very nice evening if you want to head out. Plus, we have high school football going on this evening. So let's check out your 4-state Friday night high school football. If you're heading out this evening, 87 at kickoff, down to 79 by the fourth quarter. So it is going to be warm, but I do think everybody will stay on the dry side as we go through the next several hours, but more rain chances in the forecast as we go through the weekend. 88 in Joplin, 92 in Miami, 93 in Neodar State. Look at Fort Scott sitting at 97 degrees. We can go outside. Here's 7th. Here's Rangeline sitting at 88. Southerly winds at about 5 to 10. After we got some scattered showers and thunderstorms earlier this evening, those are gone. Everybody is pretty much dry at this point in time, but we are tracking a batch of thunderstorms out to our west. So these are west of Wichita, but this batch is going to roll east, and then we'll start to dip a little bit toward the southeast. So I think areas along the north of I-44 later on tonight will at least get chances for showers and thunderstorms. Big dome of high pressure through parts of Texas, so this wave is rotating around the north side of that low, and then we have our next storm system, which will affect us by the time we head into the weekend. You can see the spin out across parts of San Diego and also Los Angeles. All right, let me walk you through time. Here's 9:30 p.m. We're hoping all the football games are done. Scattered thunderstorms starting to work in to our western counties. You can see mainly along the north of I-44. Here's about midnight, scattered thunderstorms. Some of these guys could be a little bit stronger. Not really anticipating much in the way of severe thunderstorms, but definitely a few stronger ones. Here's 3 o'clock in the morning, working into southwestern Missouri, and then mainly dry as we go through the morning hours into the afternoon hours on Saturday. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid once again. Slight chance for an isolated thunderstorm as we get into Saturday afternoon, but I think our better chances, they're going to occur tomorrow night, especially late after midnight. Showers and thunderstorms start to increase. This is going to be in our northern counties and then slowly working farther south to the I-44 corridor by Sunday morning. Then check this out. Bands of showers and thunderstorms rolling through Sunday afternoon. So everybody in our viewing area should get rain sometime as we go through the next few days. On and off showers last all the way into Sunday night as well. How much rain can we get? Well, it depends on where those heavier storms set up. But I think a lot of us will be picking up half an inch, maybe a little bit more than that as we go through the next few days, which is good news because we definitely need the rain across the region. Here's a breakdown of your weekend. 96 tomorrow, 89 on Sunday, pop-up storms tomorrow night, scattered storms on Sunday, and then look at this. You're going to like this a lot. We start the day on Monday with showers, but look at our afternoon highs. We're mainly going to be into the lower 70s, which is a huge switch compared to what we are seeing outside for us right now. 96 Saturday, 89 Sunday, and a high temp of 73 degrees on Monday. I know you're going to like these overnight lows down into the 50s, but we have 3 days next week of 70s, which is pretty nice and well-deserved.
Well, the first official day of fall is coming up real soon, right?
Sunday. Yeah. There we go.
So, Doug, you and I are going to be out here throughout the 6 o'clock newscast. Mm-hmm. One thing I love about these road shows is getting to meet people.
Oh, yeah. I love walking around.
And we have something cool if you come by and stop by. We've got these I Love Doug Hetty stickers.
Where's my Tanya sticker?
Working on that.
Okay.
Working on that.
All right.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Yep.
Well, topping today's Health Watch. The Biden administration is offering insurers hefty new subsidies to avoid a hike in Medicare drug plan premiums. Participating insurers will get an extra $15 per member per month if they limit increases to $35 per month from the prior year. Insurance companies were expected to raise premiums to help cover some of their added expenses due to a cap on out-of-pocket costs. Medicare beneficiaries start selecting plans next month. Are you sneezing and sniffling? Well, this allergy season is expected to be a doozy. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield has more on what you can do to get some relief.
Even though things look ideal, this time of year, things can feel uncomfortable.
Well, some sneezing, watery eyes, itchy eyes.
Runny, stuffy nose, watery eye, neck itching a little bit.
Feeling of congestion.
Fall allergy, we have ragweed.
Dr. Pramod Kelkar says weeds are in full bloom.
We have a lot of patients with ragweed allergy causing stuffy nose, runny nose, sneezing, itchy eyes, watery eyes, red eyes. Even asthma can happen.
He says the summer weather is yielding some fall consequences. And we know we had a lot of rain.
Yes.
Could that mean more intense allergies?
Yes, because then you have a double trouble. You have ragweed plus mold.
He says this year, raking will be extra irritating.
So some people, what they do, they will take antihistamine like over-the-counter Zyrtec, Claritin, Allegra before they mow their lawn or rake the leaves. They might wear a mask. And most important, they can take a shower right after the gardening and all the work in the garden.
Can you kind of get ahead of allergies?
If you want to prevent allergies, best thing you can do is use the sinus rinse neti pot every day. Shower every evening, because that way you can wash away all the allergens.
Those are a few ways to stay healthier on the inside so you can stay outside. You don't let allergies keep you inside, do you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Nope.
Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, CBS News, St. Paul, Minnesota.
Doctors say if over-the-counter meds don't work, see your health provider. If that doesn't work, see a specialist and allergist, as you could be a candidate for treatments such as allergy shots. Well, coming up, we take a look at a football watch party tradition. That's ahead. Topping today's Consumer Watch, football is back in full swing, and for millions of fans that means feasting on chicken wings. Nancy Chen got rare access to the test kitchen at one of the nation's largest chicken producers to see some of the latest innovations.
It's football season, and no matter who's facing off on the turf, your tailgate can always come out on top. While average grocery store prices for both beef and pork have risen over the past 2 years, the cost of chicken wings is actually down 6.5%.
Americans will eat 32.5 billion chicken wing segments this year. That's billion with a B.
To learn how the traditional favorite is still breaking new ground, we traveled to Northwest Arkansas to visit one of the largest chicken producers in the world. This is the Discovery Center at Tyson Foods Global Headquarters. Food scientist Valerie Gonzalez gave us a tour of some of their 19 test kitchens.
Was the wing always this popular?
The wing used to be a byproduct, almost even a throwaway part. But today, it's really grown to be just as an important piece of the chicken as is the breast meat.
To learn the best ways to make them, we met up with head chef Thomas Winrick.
How much innovation is there left in the world of chicken wings?
Well, the beautiful thing about chicken wings, right, is it's such a canvas for flavors from all around the world. So I think the possibilities of how we add flavor to wings is endless.
While the buffalo wing popularized the dish 60 years ago, Winrick says using international combinations like curry and yogurt are the newest trend. He calls air fryers a major game changer.
That convection air of an air fryer allows things to get a lot crispier and more like the experience you expect at a restaurant.
He also recommends prepping wings ahead of time and adding the sauce only after you get to the game to keep everything extra crispy.
At your tailgate, you can heat them back up on the grill, get some of that char flavor and warm them back up.
Some tips so every tailgate is a touchdown this football season.
That's delicious.
Nancy Chen, CBS News, Springdale, Arkansas.
Up next on the CBS Evening News, we go on the road to see how a group of high schoolers raised over $20,000 to give their custodian the gift. PM News at 6, we'll have more from right here at Arts Fest in Joplin. Plus more on the culture fair that took place with students at Columbian Elementary School. And Lord of the Rings fans get their Hobbit on. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Final check of the weather?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It is going to be hot as we go through the evening hours. Scattered thunderstorms for us later on tonight into tomorrow morning. Another hot one tomorrow. High temp, 96.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And, of course, we'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6 and more of the Joplin Arts Fest. We'll see you then. Have a great evening and an even better weekend.